I'm Jake Marshak, Mr. Sullivan. I recognized you from a picture that Grace showed me once. She carried it with her everywhere, said she wanted to have you with her all the time.
You're very kind. All of you have been... Please excuse me. I can't do this. I thought that being among Grace's friends would help me cope with her death, but meeting all of you, hearing how much you cared for her, has only made it worse. Thank you all for coming. Grace would... I'm sorry.
Oh, that poor man.
I know, it's just awful.
Hey, Jake. I owe you an apology. I was out of line the other day when I leaned on you so hard about Lark.
Look, Frank, what happened between Lark and me is over.
I shouldn't have been so hung up on age, Jake. Look at Will and Ariel Durant, two of the world's great historians. They fell in love when she was only 14. They stayed together all their lives.
Yeah, but Lark and I were not in love.
I just want you to know that it's okay with me if you two want to hang out. Lark doesn't have many friends. I'd hate to think that I cost her one.
Yeah, well, Frank, I don't have any intentions of ever seeing Lark again. Okay?
So you actually think that some maniac is running around the hospital following Kevin's book, chapter by chapter?
Absolutely. I think that's the only thing that makes any sense.
Ooh. Hey, am I the only one around here who thinks that working at the hospital is becoming hazardous to your health?
I heard Boardman took an early leave of absence. His character is a third to be killed in the book.
He's very spooked.
But what are we gonna do if the murders continue?
Dr. Quartermain has increased security. Garcia has a patrol cop around here constantly. That's got to have some effect.
What if the killing doesn't stop? Huh? And we gotta ask ourselves, I mean, is working at the hospital more important than our lives?
Oh, goody. Look who just walked in. Your buddy, Detective Garcia. Are you gonna tell him about Grace's phone call right before she died?
I am.
Good.
You mean that?
Why? What'd you expect? You wanted me to convince you not to?
I'm glad you didn't.
I realize that this is gonna shine a huge, bright light right my way. But if it helps stop people from getting killed, then it's worth it.
Phooey. I really and truly thought I had the goods on that Evie this time. Grant! Boy, she even had the number of that escort service in her address book, so I knew I had something there. Darn. Okay, time to think. Let's think. I beat Rick Stanton, didn't I? Outwitted the little son of a gun, and that's what I got to do with Evie and the stinky little escort service. Okay, let's think. You know, if I wasn't so darn famous, then that man wouldn't have recognized me, and then maybe I would have gotten the goods on for sure, but... Wait a minute! That's it. I am so brilliant. Thank you. Yes!
Your client ready to confess?
The day Grace died, she left a message on my machine about Julie's defense.
Go on, I'm all ears.
She said she couldn't talk to me at the party.
You mean the circus?
The circus. The kids' circus, you know, where she was killed. You want to let me finish?
We'll get to the point.
Point is that she didn't want to talk to me at the circus if she didn't want Eve or Ramsey to see her talking to me.
You know, I ought to run you in for impeding a murder investigation.
Oh, come on, Garcia. This is the first chance I've had to tell you.
That's bull. You're holding out because it involves your little, whatever she is, your girlfriend, Eve.
Then why am I giving it to you in the first place
well, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm sure you have your reasons. So is this everything, or are you stockpiling information for the winter?
Look, I have the message on my machine. I saved it.
You have any idea what she wanted?
No.
You do know that Ramsey and your girlfriend were each other's alibis for Devlin's murder.
So what?
So maybe that's what the call was about.
Listen, you can keep asking me this over and over again, but you know what? I don't know. She was killed before she told me anything.
Are you sure you didn't talk to Grace before she bought it?
Garcia, you're starting to aggravate me.
You still haven't answered my question, pal.
Yeah, I have. You weren't listening there, Flatfoot.
You got some nerve coming here, Chris.
Don't start with me, Matt.
What, you're just gonna pretend that you're mourning Grace when it was your stethoscope around her neck?
Hey, someone used my stethoscope to strangle her. That doesn't give you the right to accuse me of murder. I'm not a killer.
Oh, you're not a killer, huh? You almost got me killed when you gave word to the Mancuzis that I live in Port Charles.
What is that? I laid my life on the line for you in that warehouse.
And now you're involved in Devlin's death up to your neck.
How do we get to Devlin?
Well, the day he was killed, you got $20,000 from Devlin, right? Right?
I needed money, so I sold him a painting. Big deal.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Well, who the hell are you to question me?
Look, stop acting holier than thou, Chris. I found out that you have a record of forgery.
You know, I told you the next time you got in my face, that was it. Now, I've had it with you.
Chris, did you kill my father?
Come on, Julie. You're not buying into this, are you?
Did you?
Are you guys nuts? I was nowhere near the lab when he was killed. And why would I murder someone who just gave me a load of money?
What about forgery?
Hey, I don't have to defend my past to any one of you. Now, the only reason Matt is trying to lay this on me is because he's out of his head over Grace's death. And the rest of you just follow him like a bunch of sheep.
I'm back.
Who could help but notice?
Well, tell me, sir, do you think you could use a girl like me in your escort service?
What's the pitch this time?
You were right. You were absolutely right. You figured me out. You must be a very, very smart man. I am Lucy Coe, and I don't need any money.
Then what do you want to work for me for?
The rush. See, I have been a businesswoman much too long these days. I'm stuck in those really stiff, ugly business suits, and I just want to break out. I want to start having myself some very erotic adventures.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Oh, well, you know, I really was testing you. Those last 2 visits were just that. I wanted to make sure that your confidentiality advertisement is just that, the truth, and not some bogus deal.
Hey, how did I do?
Well, I'm back, aren't I? So, how do I do? Do you think you could find me some work?
Are you kidding me, sweetheart? Are you kidding me? Ooh, would I love to have a woman like you in my stable.
Oh, and, ooh, but I just love to be in it.
Lucy? Lucy, is that you? Victor? Oh, my God, Victor, you're all right. Victor? Victor, where have you been? What happened to you?
Hide. Had to hide.
Victor, hide. Where were you hiding?
Park. Nobody find me.
Victor, I looked for you in the park. Victor? Who were you hiding from?
The Grim Reaper. I saw it.
All right, all right. You're home now. You're safe. Everything's gonna be fine.
No! I saw it.
What did you see?
The killer. Monk. I saw the killer strangle Grace Sullivan.